it sounded just pretty close until you played the full mix. In fact, for 1 second at the beginning of the video, I thought you were playing along to the actual recording. This is rad, dude.
Well, hey, Jerry, thank you very much. We're going to have a few more comments about that video, and that was the secret to Black Sabbath tone. If you guys haven't checked that video out already, I'm going to have a link to that one at the end of this video. It's definitely worth checking out if you're a Black Sabbath fan, if you've ever wanted to track down that type of sound. Here's a hint. It has something to do with the speaker. Anyway, it's Friday. Hope you're going to have an amazing weekend. Turns out it's Christmas. That means it's that time of year to celebrate. Once again, the day's getting longer. That's why we're really celebrating. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because the rest is bullshit.
My God, Glenn, I got chills when y'all started playing. Everything was perfect. All hail Satan.
I gotta say, this is kind of a new one for me, getting comments like this on a mix I did. Usually get, you suck, man, you suck. I go try and dial in some retro Black Sabbath tone, and we get stuff like this.
Amazing Iomi tone replication. Wowzers. I noticed that on my listening rig. Fluences were not optimal. That HPSG really worked.
Well, to be completely honest, fluences would be absolutely fine as well. You know, everybody goes on and on and on about the P90s that Tony used. And, well, I used this guitar, this Harley Benton SG type copy thing. And this is a really good guitar. I'm really shocked by just how great this thing plays. It really does punch above its weight. And no P90s on here. We used some Tesla humbuckers. Maybe it's not all about the P90s. Just a thought.
Man, you guys killed that song. It sounded awesome. Are those the original Harley Benton pickups, or did you upgrade it?
No, we definitely did not upgrade the pickups. We just used what came on the guitar. You can get this thing at Thomann for about, what, $269 US or something like that. This is the ultimate steal of a deal, in my opinion. This guitar just punches way above its weight and plays great, feels great. Yeah. What's not to like? Oh, but the pickups. It's not the pickups, guys. I keep saying this. Now, in the case of the review video, yes, we did use a Laney Supergroup type amp. It was really cool. Just crank everything up. But unless you have the Goodman speaker or an impulse response of the Goodman speaker, in that case, we actually did have that, you're not going to get the sound you're after. And I'm going to have a bit more of an explanation on that coming up.
Jesus Christ, the song sounded beautiful. Nice one, Glenn.
What is going on here? So many compliments. I never get compliments. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. That's kind of my own little Christmas present right there. It's like, wow, compliments about my mixes. Now it just goes to prove, you keep doing something long enough, eventually you're going to get better at it.
Yes, I think we can safely say the only way to get closer to sounding like Tony is to actually have Tony play for you. You definitely have the tone nailed. Also, your guitar playing is pretty damn good. I know you said in some videos a while back that you've been working on your guitar playing a bit, but seriously, rather impressive.
Well, thanks, Mark. James, I really do appreciate that. Just keep this in mind, okay? We didn't pull off some major miracle or anything like that. We just went into making that video with the right information. We had the right amp, of course, but my very good friend Adam Steele over at Hot Pole Studios, he actually did the capture for Laney of that Goodman loaded Laney cabinet. That was one of Tony Iommi's very first cabinets. So there's a very good chance that what you're hearing in the impulse response was the same cabinet that was used on the record. And I've said this over and over and over and over again, the sound is in the speaker. And I was just reading something the other day from Jens Bogren when he's talking about his upcoming IR pack. And he said, even in his thing, he said, you know, 80% of your tone is going to be in your cabinet. And I totally agree with that. I think we all, as guitar players, tend to worry about the stuff that's really not making all that big of a difference. It might make a little difference, but the big deciding factor in everything is going to be the speaker, as evidenced by the Black Sabbath tone video. And if you guys are sitting there going, Glenn, what in the world were you talking about? I didn't see that video. We got this mix. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video. I'll have a link up to get to that video, and it gives you guys the whole rundown. If you're into Sabbath, or you're a big fan of those early albums and whatnot, and want to get that kind of sound, it's definitely worth checking out.
Crap, the tone is right there in spades. Great job. And the guy singing sounds like Serge Tankian.
I really hope I pronounced that dude's name correctly. I'm not the world's biggest System of a Down fan, so please excuse me if I got that wrong. Now, the guy in question on vocals was my very good friend Eric T. He's a member of the SMG Discord, and he's been a fan of the show for a while. He actually was on the, Oldies But Baddies 90s version. He did an incredible cover of I Want It That Way. I think it's by the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or some group like that. And he just did a wonderful job and a great set of pipes. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I want to work with that guy. So I asked Eric if he'd like to help out on vocals on that NIB cover. And yeah, he was all for it. So I am absolutely grateful for his help on that one. He did an amazing job. Hopefully we're going to get to cover something again soon. If that's something you guys would like to see, let me know. I'm sure he'd love to be on the show. Hey guys, real quick. This episode of Spectre Sound Studios has once again been sponsored by DistroKid, my favorite online music distribution service, and I've been using it trouble-free since 2015. It is the place to get your music online to all the major streaming sites like Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, and Spotify, plus over 150 smaller online music retailers as well. It costs a whopping $20 a year, and you keep 100% of your earnings. DistroKid also has tons of cool features, like getting your project more followers on Spotify with Hyperfollow, or change your image on Apple Music and iTunes, plus adding credits and liner notes to stores and streaming service. You can list musicians, contact info, social media profiles, and hundreds of other roles. There's even a synced lyrics feature you can have so the lyrics play along to your Instagram and Apple Music posts. Now, what's more, the new splits function works great for those long-distance collaborations that everybody's doing these days. Splits allows you to pay your collaborators automatically by percentage so you can concentrate on making music instead of learning how to be an accountant. You can change up the splits, add or remove collaborators at any time, and collaborators even get a 50% discount on their own DistroKid account. Now, for all you drummers out there, that's only $10. And there's 3 levels of plans available: Musician, Musician Plus, and even one for labels. Now, I personally use DistroKid to put my own music online, including this channel's theme song, The Eagle Has Landed. And I even got a license through DistroKid for that cover of Moon on the Water we did a couple of years ago. Go to distrokid.com/VIP/Spectre today and grab yourself a 7% discount on your first year. Links in the description below. Now back to the show.
Wait, something must be wrong here. You got that amazing tone without shelling out thousands on an authentic SG from the era of an exclusive artist-approved signature line. Everyone knows that you can't get good tone on an affordable instrument that was probably made in China. I bet it's not even made of tone with TM. This video is clearly a bullshit fake. Keep up the good work.
You know, this is the thing. I can scream about recording guitars till I'm blue in the face and you guys won't listen until I actually show examples. So I thought, why not do a cover of NIB with a cheap guitar and a 3-watt amp and just show you exactly what you can get. And yeah, I was very, very happy with that mix. And we went for that old school Sabbath vibe. And I think we got something very, very close to that. Again, all it comes down to is having the right knowledge and remembering what's actually really important in your guitar sound. And that, again, is, you guessed it, the fucking speaker. Amazing how close you can get to original Black Sabbath tone without P90. But for all you pickup fanatics out there, okay, it's fine, it's fine. Just keep telling yourself you have to have P90s. Because that's obviously going to get you where you want to go.
Before watching, let me guess. It's the speakers, right? Edit. Okay, that full mix was spot on, and I got goosebumps.
Thanks, Eamon. I appreciate that. And no, I don't want to sound like a broken record here. But you are correct.
Wow, sounds like the record. Hey, Glenn, can you make a video on the Seasons in the Abyss guitar tone, please? I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with this tone. It's like, I don't like it at all, but at the same time, it's kind of unique and gives you some interesting mood to the album. Please, Slayer fans, don't hate on me, LOL.
That might be a cool series to see if I can develop, you know, how to get this guitar sound kind of thing. I know, you know, Anderton's has the sound like blah, 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 and they go and grab some gear and whatnot, but I'd be more interested in like replicating the in-studio tones and trying to replicate the signal chains used and whatnot. And that's the trick, though. You can find some information, but I usually find a lot of it's the wrong information or just doesn't have the critical stuff that you actually fucking need. Case in point, I am trying to dig up some information on the Master of Puppets rhythm tone. Everybody knows it's a Mesa Mark II C+, and I even checked out some of Fleming's mix notes. There was an SM7 and a C414, I believe, and the SM7 was on like a 45, and the condenser was up close, and you know they did a few other things, and there was some post-processing on the board. Lots of information on that, but I can't find any information anywhere on what was actually loaded into the Marshall cabinets they were using. And that's the most important part! Oh, they use Marshall cabs. Okay, great. What Marshall cabs? I don't know. What speakers? I don't know. You know, it's like I'm going to I'm looking at guitar magazines. They're writing down all this great stuff. It's like, hey, talk about fantastic journalism, guys. You wrote 4 pages about the recording process for Master of Puppets, and you were worried about the 10% of the tone, not the other 90%, you know, the part that really fucking matters, as in what fucking speaker was being used. Without that knowledge, all the rest of that article is pretty much fucking worthless. It's not all about the 2C+. I'm sure it has a little something to do with it, but not nearly as much as knowing what speaker to work with and what era it was from. That is the really important question here. Now, Ola England did this video a few years ago. He said all tube amps sound the same. And as far as a lot of them, yeah, they are all kind of variations on a theme. You know, there's not that big of a difference between, say, a dual rectifier and a 5150. A rev is basically a much cleaner 5150. I fucking love it. They're very easy to record, but they're kind of voiced the same. Driftwood's a little bit different. Soldano's a little bit different, but they're all, you know, variations on a theme because they're all working with the same stuff. Tubes, transformers, that kind of stuff. But when you go from a creamback to a neo creamback to a T75 to a greenback to, say, a Hezu Demon, you're talking about massive shifts in tone. So if anybody has any information on what speakers Hetfield was playing through in the studio on Master of Puppets, not on his live rig, but what they actually put in the mic in front of, I'd love to know. And maybe the Slayer Seasons in the Abyss as well. This is the other thing. Everybody knows that Kerry King used to play a Marshall and he put an EQ pedal in front of it and jammed the fuck out of it to get more gain into the Marshall. Great, we know that part. What speakers was he using? That's the really important part. And that seems to be the question nobody ever wants to fucking answer. It's maddening.
Question for you, sir. If the guitar tone is coming from the speaker and you mic the guitar up, how much of a change in tone is there coming from the front of house speakers, car speakers, since those speakers also have their own characteristics?
Well, that's a great question, good sir. Those tend to try and be as flat as possible, where a guitar speaker is anything but flat. You can run frequency response curves across these and actually see all the peaks and valleys and that kind of stuff, and you can see where you're going to get boosts and cuts in the guitar speaker. Studio monitors, you're listening across those, they tend to be fairly flat. Car stereo speakers tend to emphasize the bass and treble a little bit, and you know, PA speakers, you know, they try to be flat, but who knows what the hell the guy at the board is doing. He might be boosting the living shit out of the bass, you know, just because they need to feel like they're contributing in one way or another. So that's anybody's guess. But the critical part is what's coming out of your guitar cabinet and where the mic is placed in front of it. That's an art unto itself, is where to put the mic. And yes, believe me, it makes a gigantic difference. I'm going to have some upcoming tutorial videos on that as well. Actually, as it stands right now, I'm at 294,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get 500,000 subscribers. I think I'm going to do a cool giveaway when that happens. Maybe I should do a little stunt. Somebody suggested I should like kick over a bottle like Stevie T or something like that. You guys got any suggestions for what I should do at 500,000 subscribers? Because I'd love to hear from you. If it's something in my power, it's something I can pull off, I think I should do that. No, I'm not cutting my fucking hair.
These Harley Benton's with the hum problem have active pickups, don't they? Actives don't need a ground to the bridge. Should be grounded to the output jack. At least that's how all the active guitars I have are. Edit, never mind. I've never really looked at my Fishman equipped guitar, so I opened one up and it has a bridge ground wire, so I guess it's just an EMG thing.
Man, I love it when you guys answer your own snarky comments. Thanks so much for that, and thanks for admitting that. Thank you for helping squash some disinformation. Good job, dude.
Dude, it's like you practice guitar 12 hours a day now, huh? Well, pretty quick to build your chops back up.
Oh, thanks, dude. I don't know if it's 12 hours a day, but if I'm ending the night, say, watching TV, some Netflix or something like that, I'll do finger exercises. I've got my American Ultra Strat downstairs next to my couch, and yeah, I'll just do runs while I'm watching whatever. Currently, I'm revisiting the entire Game of Thrones series. I'm looking forward to everything but Season 8. Should be a lot of fun. I'm just starting into Season 3. Been watching the last few nights. It's been great. What magnificent TV. But yeah, it's a great way to do finger exercises and just work on things that are still kind of sticky, shall we say, where the fingers are still fumbling a little bit and whatnot. Here's something really interesting about all that. And like I said, it's not 12 hours a day. It might be an hour or two every day, but at least I am practicing. I pulled out my 29 fret Washburn, and I haven't played that guitar in about a year and a half since the last time it was on the show. And I picked it up and I immediately went into my fucking runs that I've been working on lately. And I'm just like, it's like, wow, these fingers are strangers on this guitar. I mean, like, I remember the guitar player I used to be compared to what I can do now, and I'm looking and I'm like, wow, these fingers actually have strength. They can do things that they never used to be able to do the last time they played this guitar. So it was kind of weird. It was a deja vu thing, but it's like, it's like, wow, that's kind of neat. So yes, practice is the key, kids. If you want to get better, yeah, put in the time, do the work. I did, And the one thing I'm learning after getting slightly better at guitar is I've got an extremely long way to go. So I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to keep doing the best I can. But, you know, it's still going to take years. I'm not kidding anyone.
Now I'm more interested in that single chain of bass or better making of such tone because damn, that sounded good. Greetings from Latvia.
Hey, metalhead of Mordor. Mind if I call you Mom for short? I wish I could show you what is going on with my bass chain. All I can say is coming soon from Spectre Digital. You guys are really going to like it. All I can say is, yeah, I've been playing with an alpha of something for like the last 8 to 10 months, and it's slowly inching its way forward to the finish line. I think you guys are really going to like it, considering the amount of compliments I've been getting on the bass tone in my mixes over the course of the last 8 to 10 months, because you guys are just like, what's up with that? What's up with that? I'm like, I fucking wish I could show you. I know you guys are going to like it. All I can say is, yes, it's going to be affordable, and I hope you guys are going to really dig it. I know I do. It's wound up on pretty much everything over the last little while, and the results have been nothing short of spectacular.
Hey, Glenn, sorry if this is a dumb question. I've only ever played through amps and cabs, but the digital amp impulse response thing has really caught my attention lately. I pretty much understand how they work from a recording perspective. My question is, what do you listen through when trying things out like this or practicing? Do you use studio monitors or something else? And if so, what qualities of the speaker monitors are you looking for when you get a true representation of the sound getting recorded instead of having the speaker alter things like guitar cab? Hopefully that makes sense. Sorry for being an idiot. Most of all, fuck you, Glenn.
Here's the thing. If you're going to run an impulse response, you want to listen to it on a flat speaker like a recording studio monitor, something like that. You can even get flat guitar speakers. I believe the Line 6 Spider has a flat speaker in it, but unfortunately the impulse is built into the Spider. Kind of suck. Giant hairy donkey bowl. Getting a good impulse, some people can do it, some people can't. I know there's some really great shit out there. I'm not tooting my own horn. There's some other people who make some great impulses. But there's some not so great things out there too. But yeah, generally when it comes to evaluating, it's like that. It's just something you have to work out. What do you like? What do you don't like? For all those kind of questions, I'd recommend grabbing Scott Elliott's Guitar Tone Mastery course, because he really does take you through it all. It shows you what to listen for and what not to listen for, and how to dial in your guitar tone. Just a very important point though, is if you're going to be jamming, say with a Kemper or something that has impulse responses on them, and you're going to play through a guitar cab, you need to turn the impulses off. Not mentioning any names, let's just say this. He jams with my very good buddy Steve and won't turn his impulses off even though he's playing through a 4x12. Fucking musicians, I swear. Ugh.
Glenn, can you do a review of some free amp sims? I'd love to see your take on how they stack up against some paid options. Maybe I'm too old-minded, maybe I'm just a cheap bastard, but I just can't bring myself to pay a whole $100 for a plugin as a mere bedroom hobbyist. Is it really worth it?
2 points there, Matt. 1, yes, you are a cheap bastard. And 2, yes, it is worth it. And 3, actually, is... I just did that fucking video a couple weeks ago! Duh! I showed you guys how to get an amazing guitar sound using nothing but a free amp sim, and we got a mix like this! Yeah, I did that for absolutely no money at all. So I'd definitely recommend checking out that video if you're after a wicked cool guitar sound and you don't want to spend any money, because you obviously got more important things to do, like buy beer.
Glenn, I just received the Northern Mauler last week, and this is no BS. This is the perfect distortion pedal in my humble opinion. I've been playing since I was 11 in 1997 and I've tried countless pedals over the years to achieve the perfect metal tone, and for me, some have come close, but this pedal achieves it. Well done.
Credit there goes to Dan Trudeau from Rev Amplification. I only made the suggestions and asked for some tweaks. Dan did the hard work, so credit is due there. Dan, you're an amazing designer, and I'm thrilled to be working with you. And dude, thank you so much for purchasing the Northern Mauler. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hope you like it for many years to come. I'll have to do a revisit there in a couple weeks and show you guys what's up with that. I know we've been getting some good feedback on that, and I might even have to do an episode just directly on the Northern Mauler and feedback and all that kind of stuff. Might be kind of fun. Did shoot something cool with somebody last summer who I did a guest video with. Maybe it's time to finally release that one. Well, we'll see.
My guitarist said to me one day when we were recording this track that the mic's placements changed nothing in the tone. I stopped to do what I was doing and showed him the video where you had a little kind of robotic stuff changing the place of the mic remote while playing. He never said to me something stupid like that anymore.
That just fucking blows my mind. Moving the mic doesn't change the tone. It's like, dude, how fucking stupid can you be? Ugh, fucking musicians, I swear. Yes, moving the mic is hyper important. Believe me, you're going to get a far bigger tone moving your mic around than you ever will changing your pickup out. No, that's not an exaggeration. That is the absolute fucking truth. And once again, my pickup shootout video is coming. I just keep getting sidetracked by all this other stuff. I'm going to be starting shooting it tomorrow. I fucking swear I'm going to start on this. So hopefully that's going to come out sometime after Christmas. I've got a couple cool videos we're going to do between Christmas and New Year. We're going to be doing the top Vs of 2022, the best and worst. And then we're going to look at the best and worst Harley Bentons as well. Just going to do a little experiment there with the YouTube algorithm, see how they like the longer videos. Hopefully you guys don't have a fucking revolt over it. Hopefully you stick around and bear with me. But yes, pickup video is coming. I promise it is fucking happening. All right, that's it for this episode. Thanks again to DistroKid for sponsoring. You guys know I've been working with them for years. They're absolutely fantastic. Please go check them out. And if you want to see what all the big deal was about the compliments on the mix, check out this video right here. It's called The Secret to Black Sabatone, and I break it down step by step, showing you how to dial in that sound. It's really not that difficult with the right knowledge. And no, the P90s really didn't make a big difference because I didn't even use P90. The horror!